Welcome back to Linux Overdose, Episode 7, Part 2, Debian 8.4, Jessie, GNOME. Episode 7, Part 1 was about downloading Debian 8.4 Jessie GNOME ISO and burning the Debian 8.4 Jessie GNOME ISO image to a DVD. So now this is part 2 of episode 7, and we're going to be talking about installing Debian 8.4 in a Virtualbox. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. So we'll open up Virtualbox, which is installed on this system. And currently we got Linux Mint 17.3 mate on here on this virtual machine, and you can add another virtual machine, which that's what we're going to be doing here. And we'll call it Debian 8.4 GNOME. So we'll call it Jessie too. So Jessie GNOME. Go to next, and we're gonna give it about the same memory that we did on the Linux Mint one, which is 2 gigabytes of memory. Create a hard drive. I'll make it bigger than 8 gigabytes. We'll create. This is default. This is also default. And here's the hard drive. I'm going to give a little bit more than I did last time. I'm going to give it 17.95 gigabytes. Create. And right now we'll go to change some settings here. So settings, and we'll share the clipboard, and then drag and drop. We'll go ahead and uncheck floppy. And we'll enable 3D acceleration. And we'll go ahead and add the ISO, which will be Debian 8.4. So when we boot up, it'll boot up right into that. And attach to the bridge adapter, which is my wire connection. And that's pretty much all you have to change here. It's about exact same way I did the other one, Linux Mint. So press OK. And now I can, we'll start this up and actually be booting off the ISO just like it was booting off the DVD. And we're going to do a graphical install. So let's see, let's get this full screen. And okay, we do a graphical install, press install. And this would be just like installing it when I did the Mint one. So English, continue. It'll ask me a few different questions. United States, American English, keyboard. And it looks like it found my network, my wire connection. And this is just for your network. I'm just going to keep as default. And I ain't going to use no domain name, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave this blank. And now it wants me to put a root password, and I'm going to use the same one as I did with the Linux Mint one, which was green. And then we'll do the password and green. Continue. Phone name of the username. We did user on the first one, but we should do a different name here. We'll call the user Debian 2, I guess. Alright. And continue. Well, we'll change the 2 into 8. Debian 8. Continue. And the username for the account, we'll just call it Debian 8. And the password for the user, and we just do the same thing, green and green. And the clock, so your clock, I'm going to say East Indiana. And I'm going to use the entire disk, which is the entire virtual disk that we created. So I'm just going to continue. And of course it's the same as the Linux Mint one, but it's not overwriting it. It created a new machine, so this is just a new hard drive 000. So we'll continue here. And all files, I ain't gonna separate no partitions, I never do. So continue. And this is what's gonna happen. So and I can undo some changes, but I'm gonna just say continue. And let's see. This is what's going to tell me what's going to do. Write the changes to the disk. Say yes, because that's what I want to do. And now it's installing the base system. And here I'll have choices to install different desktop environments. I'm going to choose GNOME, which I believe is the default desktop environment for Debian anyway. So we'll let that finish there. And I said installing a Linux operating system is, it's pretty straightforward, especially with the graphical interface, which I mostly, if it's available, I'm going to do it. If not, then I do it all text. Okay, and now it says if you wish to scan another CD or DVD, please insert it now. This is if I want to install other packages. Remember that disk 2, disk 3 option. So I'm going to say no on this. Continue. And use a network mirror. Let me see. Software include this. And I do want to use a mirror. Even says use a mirror is suggested if you plan to install a graphical desktop environment, which I am. So I am going to use a network mirror. And United States. And the top one is the good choice. So I'm going to go ahead and use the top one. And let me see. I'm not using no proxies or proxy, so I'm going to continue, just leave that blank. And now it's configuring the APT. And now it's selecting and installing software. Alright, now what will package usage survey. I don't want to join no survey here. And plus I can change my mind here, so I'm going to say no to this. And now it's asking me desktop environment, and it's going to be GNOME. And I just leave everything else. Now if I want to do the other, you can install more. I think it will let you install more than one. Oh yeah, I'll let you install more than one if you want to. But I'm just going to do GNOME, and that's it. Continue. And it's continue installing that. And the screen is going to continue to stay this size. So what I'm going to do is after this is installed, and just poke around just a little bit, just make sure it's stable. I'm going to start the next episode to install the guest additions, which is supposed to improve this and make it able to do large screen and stuff. So we'll be doing that. And I just went to forums, and everyone had the same problem, and I read 3-4 of them. They all did the same. They just add the guest additions and problem solve. Some of them skip some steps, and because I read 3 or 4, you never go by the first one that you read. You know, when you find a problem and you read it, just don't jump in and just do it right then and there. Go ahead and read a few more and see what is different, or if they're exactly the same. If so, then continue. If not, then do some compromise. Do one or the other. And I haven't tested this out either. So when I get, I'll get some notes down first, and we'll go by the notes, because I can't show the video that I'll be getting the information from, or well, I can show you the website, but I guess you're supposed to not show anybody else's videos. I guess you can show a clip, but you can't show a very detail of another video without permission, of course. So installing all the GNOME applications and everything. So I haven't had GNOME in a long time, and I never installed Debian as a primary OS. And well, this is, I'm just showing you, but I'm going to try, after I get this successful full screen and poke around, and I like what I see, I'm going to go ahead and install it on the solid state drive, the extra drive I got on this system. Install it on that, and start playing around with GNOME and Debian, and see what other things I can pick up and learn. So, and hopefully you guys can learn on the way. And after I get done with Debian beginning to end, I'll probably squeeze in a distrowatch.com review, all its pages and all its details, and all that, and I might add a few more things. Like I said, I'm gonna try to delay as long as I can the show begin to end for the next one, which is Ubuntu. Try delay to the stable release, which should be coming here soon. So, and like I said, I'll be going down the list. After Ubuntu, be OpenSUSE. Then after that, it's Fedora. After that's Manjaro. Then Magilla, CentOS, and Android x86, and Arch. Which I haven't installed Arch in a long time, so I have to go back to my notes. I'll probably do a practice run before I actually post, and I might do a graphical partitions and stuff. Instead, do it all text. I do the partitions. I believe I'll do that in graphical with Gparted, and then we'll go from there. So that's like a cheat, but it's a good cheat, and you still install an Arch. So I haven't seen anyone done it that way, so I figure I'll do it that way. Make it easier for someone to partition their hard drive. Okay, now it's going to ask me about install grub to the master boot record, and see, all they see is this drive. They don't see no other drive. They don't see my physical hard drive. They don't see the other virtual drive. It's just this drive. So yes, I want the bootloader installed, which is the grub. So yes, continue. And then do I want to install it manually or just have it install the hard drive that they're installing Debian, which is this one. So I chose that and continue. Now it's finishing and install is complete. So continue. And let's see, oh, it's already installing Debian. Alright, Debian 8 right here. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, we do a well, let's go ahead and sign in. And right here it is. We'll go ahead and see, system, we'll just power off. So now it's power off, and go back to settings, go to storage, and now it's not running off the ISO or nothing. So we'll go ahead and start. Say yes. And I believe there's a countdown. I don't see no countdown, but there's a countdown. And it's not set for auto, which I love doing the auto, so I definitely would change that, so I don't have to do this all the time. And you see the screen is not big, So I'll be fixing that on the next episode. But here it is, and then you click on this, and then here's your bar here. A browser is Iceweasel, which is just it's a Firefox without Firefox on it, written on it. So let's see, and these are I guess workspaces, I guess. I ain't sure what that is. And here's a search. What else we got up here? Your volume. I'm wired, of course. Switch users. This is for setup. So this is your setup here. Here's my display, which is unknown at the time, which I might be the problem I have in here, being small. But I'm gonna do that guest edition, so we'll do that next episode. So I'm gonna go ahead, and this is how you install it. So right here's GNOME. We'll do a tour after I get this correct, make the screen big. So let me see, we'll power off again. And what's so decent, see, I can boot up now in Linux Mint or boot up in Debian in this Virtualbox, and I mean that's just great. I can keep on going. Of course, you're using your space of your hard drive, so you got to be careful there. And I got a small hard drive, and the reason I did that, because building this system, I want to save some money, so I bought 2 small hard drives, which is 120, which I think only 111 is actually read. So eventually I'll get bigger ones, and I'll install on that, and then keep these small ones as extra storage. So okay, well, that was end of installing Debian 8.4 GNOME. So I'll stop, and we'll continue on episode 7 part 3. Bye.